Well, I'm Jane Gibson Nardi, and we're at the Zachary-Tolbert House Museum in Cashiers, North Carolina. My great-great-grandfather's brother, the brother was named Mordecai Zachary, he built this house. So therefore, this is my great-great-uncle's house. We have very few stories from my great-great-uncle because he didn't keep a whole lot of notes. We know that he brought his bride here, and they had 11 of their 12 children were born in this house. And we know that he ran this as a boarding house in the summer for the wealthy people would come from mostly South Carolina. And he was in this house from started building it in 1842 and finished it about 1852. So it took him 10 years to build it, but he had to cut down every tree and make every board you see in the house. And when this house came up for sale, and the owner, Bubba and Norma Talbert, wanted to sell it to someone who would restore it and would respect it and would not have a housing development here, and he just didn't want this house to disappear. He wanted to always be seen and visited, and he did give the house with a small amount of property. It was not at that time a full acre. We've acquired more land since then, and so that's where it started out. And then of course the next step was, what do we do with it? Is that we got a preservation architect and other people who've been through the similar processes, and they looked over the whole house and told us what we had to do, and we knew we had to replace a lot of rotted wood that was in the house. Our next project was how do we interpret the house, and it had furniture in it, and all kinds of furniture from every family who had lived here practically. And but the most of the furniture was furniture that was handmade by the builder Mordecai Zachary. Ann McKee Austin, she found out about Brad Rauschenberg up in Salem at the Decorative Arts.
Museum of Early Southern.
Yes, the museum. Okay, so we took that book of pictures, and we went up there, and we'd made an appointment, and he opened this book to look at it, and he just didn't say anything for a long time. Looked and looked, and we were thinking, you know, he's disgusted with this and waste of time. And so finally he said, "I've never seen such a treasure." He said, "I have never seen this much plain style furniture made by one known man ever." And he ran over to his file cabinets, and he looked on the furniture makers, and he flipped through, and no Zachary name in there. And he said, "No one knows about this." And we said, "Well, what should we do?" He said, "You don't have to do anything. You've got everything you need for a museum. You don't have to buy one piece of furniture." He was just flabbergasted and very happy about it. So that was how we found out that we had something that was really worthwhile. And the house is a Greek Revival house. It's a very small Greek Revival, but he carried that throughout the house. He has a lot of beds in this house, and they're all different size beds. And I think when he first rented out the house in the summer times, and he would move across the street with his family to his father's house, I think that he would a lot of times have several people, usually men, because they were hunting and fishing. They would come stay here, and they would, you know, be all sleeping in the same, 3 people in a bed. They might not even know each other. And he made really nice washstands, and there was one in every room, and the washstand would have 2 little holes where you would put pictures and the wash basins in those little holes, perfect circles. And you think somebody could do that all with hand tools. It's just amazing to us. He has a very nice three-piece dining room table. And the middle part you could take it out and use it as a separate table. So you could use all three of those pieces as separate tables, or put them together to make a table that would sit maybe 14 people. The railing that goes on the steps, of course he made the steps and he made the railings, and you can just run your hand down that railing and feel just 100 years, 150 years, thousands of people that have walked down there, or maybe slid down that railing, and the steps are pretty steep, but they have worn places in them. You can see where many footprints have been on that. From Mordecai Zachary's furniture, I think it tells us what kind of a man he was. He was a very dedicated, hard-working man with great skills that we know he learned from his older brothers and his father and his grandfather. And it also tells us that it's really not that different from today's furniture, except they had, in the old days, they had that personal feeling. Everything was made by a certain person's hands and from their knowledge. But it was the same type of furniture. We still have chests, and we still have cabinets, and we still have beds and chairs, and we have all these same things. It's just impersonal now in this time when we buy furniture. It's not personal, but this is very personal in this house.